Hi everyone, this is audap, and I'm just gonna check out the Whispered World real fast. Let's see here, subtitles. Oh, definitely want those on. Developers' comments. No, we don't want those on quite yet. It's only my first time playing, so it doesn't make any sense to do that. Alright, let's see.
It may make you sad to hear it, but this is the last story I'm going to tell you. I know you like to hear funny stories with jolly people and a happy end, but I don't have the strength for that anymore. What difference would it make if I lied to you? Well, my last story takes place in a land far away, a land that is about to die. It begins in the autumn forest. This is the story of Sadwick, the sorrowful clown. Sadwick is sleeping uneasily, like every night. And he doesn't even know that he'll destroy the world in the course of just a few days.
What a nightmare. Every night it's the same. I can hardly remember the last time I had a decent night's sleep. Spot? Where could Spot be? He usually comes to see me in the morning.
Now let's look at the tutorial. You can move Sadwick by left-clicking the location you want him to go to. Interactive objects or characters make the cursor glow if it hovers over them. You can interact with an object or a character by pointing the cursor at them and clicking plus holding the left mouse button. After roughly 1 second, a vellum menu will open. By clicking on the eye symbol, you can look at objects. Clicking on the hand symbol, you can pick objects or items up and use them. The speech balloon symbol is for talking to people or using your mouth to interact with objects. Task: open the drawer and take a look at what's inside. Old bag of nothing.
In order to light a fire, it has to be opened first. Too bad the handle is broken off. There's only that stupid note in there, and made me write down all my chores. Pure harassment, if you ask me. What the heck? I'd better collect the note anyway. Maybe I'll find a fire somewhere.
You can highlight all interactive objects by pressing the spacebar. All picked up items are stored in your inventory. You can open the inventory by right-clicking or using the mouse wheel. Just in the same way as in the course of the game, you can take a look at items in your inventory, select them, or use your mouse to interact with them. A short left click selects an item. The cursor shapes like the selected object. Now you can combine this item with another one by left clicking on the ladder. If you'd rather use the item with an object or character, select the item and move the cursor out of the inventory. The inventory will close automatically, and now you can use the selected item with another object or character by left clicking. Take a look at the note in your inventory. Sure.
Friend has given me a lot of tedious chores for today. Why did I even bother to get out of bed?
Ain't no rest for Sadwick. To solve this task, Sadwick should better get outside. If you move the cursor to an exit area, it will change to an arrow symbol. Task: open the door and go outside. There's a whole bunch of other stuff here.
What was that note again? Ah, yes. I remember. It's where Ben sketched out how the human Cannonball act is supposed to work. It's so unfair. He can even draw better than me. Small bomb or some gunpowder are sufficient. Just load the cannon and light the fuse. Everything else will turn out fine. Seriously, that's what it says. Everything else will turn out fine. I can't believe this is real. Supposed to be me. Ben didn't get the fearful expression on my face right, though. The most important thing is a solid barrel for the cannon. After all, the cannoneer shouldn't be harmed when he blows me sky high. The plug is attached to the mouth of the barrel. It's the only way to get enough pressure to blow me hundreds of yards into the air. Boy, how I hate this act. A parachute should provide a safe landing. Then there's nothing to worry about it. Ah, yes, the broken stovepipe. Quite funny how the mind works. Since the handle broke, I made a fuss about how cold it is, forgetting how I always complained about the smoke before. Bobbles, ruffs, small bells. Be less embarrassed wearing a potato sack. This rock reminds me of one of the most basic principles of life. No matter what you've accomplished, no matter how big your paws or how sharp your teeth are, you can still end up being a doormat for a band of circus clowns. I once made a list of the most probable causes of my death. The bear's paw was listed number 200 217, and 321 to 329. This reminds me of one of no matter you can still. This rock reminds me of one of the most basic principles of no matter you can. Ben told me this kind of candle burns infinitely. I'll say it's just pretending. That's Ben's spare hat. He doesn't like to wear it quite as much as. He says it sags too much since I spilled all the starch.
you awake? Come here at once. The day's already wasting away.
Right. Another happy, a colorful world of the circus. Don't just lie around like that. What's wrong with you?
What do you think's wrong with him?
Maybe he's sick, the plague, or food poisoning,
Don't nonsense.
worm fungus, blue pox. It could be anything.
He's thirsty, Sadwick. That's what happens if you don't carry out your chores properly.
Spot can take. He's tough.
You've got a lot to learn. Caterpillars don't grow very old. Not if you treat them like this anyway. You'd better get used to the idea.
You're just saying that to annoy me.
I'm serious. You something to drink.
Yeah, whatever, Ben. Come on, let's go, Spot. We'll get you something to drink. And after that, maybe we can finally do something useful.
You find your trusty pet, Spot. He's very thirsty, however. Click Spot and hold the left mouse button, and choose the hand icon to pick him up. Spot is now attached to the cursor. I'll left-click an object to let Spot interact with it. Give Spot something to drink. That's a wash bin. I'm assuming I don't want to give him that to drink. He can interact with the pantaloons and the socks.
All right, time to have a drink. There you go.
Spot did just learn to transform into a ball. Between ball and normal form by moving the cursor to the upper right hand corner of your screen. Upon reaching the corner, the spot menu will open. Transform Spot back by clicking the corresponding icon. By right clicking, you switch back to normal cursor mode again. Spot will learn a lot more forms during the game. All of them will be selected with the Spot menu. Okay. Cool.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, sleepyhead. How often do I have to tell you? Rehearsals start at sunrise.
It's not my fault. I slept very badly last night.
Slept? What's that supposed to mean? Not those nightmares again.
They're not ordinary nightmares. They always feel so real. Like the craggy rocks.
Good heavens, Sadwick. Now pull yourself together. You're a clown, a jester, an entertainer. You're supposed to make people happy. Depressed?
When's our next performance?
Who knows? This stretch of land is just as deserted as all the others we recently passed through. They're leaving the land. They fear the end of the world.
Can't someone else play the clown?
And what do you want to do instead? Lion taming? Just face it, Sadwick. You're not talented enough for the big acts. You can't juggle. You can't throw. You can't even perform your Cannonball act properly.
I'm just fed up with honking noses and farting sounds. Why can't we provide high-class entertainment instead?
And what would that be?
Let's see here. How about theater?
How about...
Theater? Nobody understands those pompous blowhards. Do you know why people love the circus? They don't have to think too hard.
Ah, I get it. If somebody is in search of a real knucklehead,
He can come straight to me and...
his search is over.
Hey, wait a second.
All right, the theater idea is off, but... how about philosophy?
What kind of thing?
What could be more entertaining than getting to grips with the very nature of it?
Not getting to grips with it. Do you have more of those terrific ideas?
I've written a couple of poems.
Oh, please. Me your poems. Believe me, nobody needs your cerebral whining.
I sneak to the mirror in the darkest night. I stare at my image and just see the clown. The louder he laughs, the harder I fight. Oh, sinister world, full of hardship and frown.
Sadwick, that's exactly why nobody likes you. If you really must write poems, why not some fun?
Limericks?
There once was a young circus clown who imagined the sky falling down. He imagined so bad that it made him quite sad. On his face, he wore always a frown.
Okay, no poems then. But I'd like to do something intelligent.
Listen, we make good money without producing anything. What could possibly be more intelligent?
You're right. Circus is the only worthwhile form of entertainment.
Spare me your sarcasm. Nobody likes that kind of humor. Now, go and practice your burping out. Okay. Or the human cannonball act.
My nightmares must mean something.
Nonsense. Dreams are for losers. The same with your books and your poems. It's time you got a grip on reality, the serious side of life. Does that ring any?
You mean colorful balls and makeup?
Geez, Sadwick, you're a real pain. You need to wake up and be productive.
Is I can do?
Don't tell me you forgot your chores again. I even wrote them down for you.
Oh, those. That's not what I meant. I'd like to do something more with my time. Something meaningful. Not this depressing day-to-day routine.
The sooner you do what you're supposed to, the sooner you can... Hey, don't you roll your eyes like that, young man. Responsibility is still responsibility. Preferably, you start practicing your human cannonball. Take a good look around the area. Maybe you can find somebody who wants to see our performance.
I'd rather do the latter. You.
Yep. See you. And don't forget, keep smiling. You're a clown. Remember?
Now you know all of the game's basics. Have fun playing The Whispered World. Okay.
This costume won't come any cleaner.
Keep your hands off the laundry. You'll only soil them again.
Hello, Grandpa.
Oh, hello, Ben. You look different. Is that a new ring?
I'm not Ben, Grandpa.
I know, Ben. They don't make hats like they used to anymore.
I'm Sadwick.
When I was a clown, we used to wear real hats with big, firm bubbles.
Sadwick, your grandson.
I could knock out a full-grown ox with my bubbles. I know that poor animal, but that's the way people liked their hats back then. Now, what can I do for you, Ben?
Always mistake me for Ben.
I know. The world is a veil of tears when you're young. Everybody's against you. But there are worse things than tight hats and shirt sleeves, you know.
I'm paying close attention to your words of wisdom, like always.
When you're old, there are tight pains and pinching pantaloons, too. My boy, is the most important lesson to take into old age. Loose-fitting pantaloons are the most loyal friends you could ever ask for.
Heavens, did he manage to bring his pantaloon conversation again?
I had one of those terrible nightmares again.
There's a cute saying I remember from my boyhood on that. What was it? I forgot.
You mean the old saying, dreams are 10 a penny?
What? Nonsense. Dreams are not 10 a penny. I once knew a guy who sold dreams at considerably higher prices. Now that I think of it, I might have been me.
Who in the world bought dreams?
No one. Well, that was where the plan fell short. But it was worth a try. There are always fools who spend money on any little
Say, Grandpa, you've seen a lot of things in your time, haven't you?
You can say that again. You can ask me whatever you can carry.
What do you know about the autumn forest?
The autumn forest. It's an enchanted place full of mystery. Strange creatures dwell there, but not as many nowadays as in the past. In ancient times, lots of diverse tribes lived there. Still find traces of them in ruins and in caves. When I was a child, half the valley was submerged underwater. Now, there's only that little lake. That's all I can remember at the moment.
That's not surprising. You'd even forget the color of your hair if you didn't look in the mirror regularly.
But I still know that it starts.
That doesn't count. You're just guessing.
But I'm right.
Why? Yes,
See? That's all I need to know. Oh, please, Green.
Do you know anything about nightmares and visions?
I know enough that I can't give a profound opinion about them. Only oracles can interpret dreams, and they're the only ones that can tell you if it was a vision of some sort. I once thought I had a vision too, you know. Yes, an angel appeared, told me that one day my pantaloons would save the world. I was so excited, I went on images, gathered disciples around me, and performed services, and all that without ever changing my pants. Finally, a gypsy told me that it had only been a nightmare. Oh, Ben, you can hardly imagine how embarrassed I was. 5 years in a monastery, simply because I had chili before bedtime.
You know what? I'll just look it up myself.
Yes, couldn't hurt. I might still seem in the head, but sometimes the details get a little mixed up.
See you later.
Cheer up, Ben.
Bruno sleeps almost all day. He has to drag our trailers through dark forests during the night. I bet he never has nightmares. And maybe this world is his nightmare. Bruno! What a shame. He's asleep. He's the family who listens to me. The fire dragon trap is empty once again. Grandpa always uses Nawahi eggs as bait. Grandpa's hairnet. He always uses it when he doesn't want his hair to get wet. When taking a bath, when he's cooking, and while he's asleep. More recipes. The blood of Earth. The bottle is almost empty again. Beaver eyes. Grandpa uses them as cooking ingredients. He calls the dish Well, who would have thought? Those really are regular recipes. There goes my theory that Grandpa is preparing our meals from the fishing bait. Grandpa's latest creation, petroleum soup. Inflammable in the stomach, highly flammable in general, and a hazard to all low-flying birds in the vicinity. Well, who would have thought? Those really are. There goes. Grandpa has always had a soft spot for animals. That's Grandpa's third pet. The last two were eaten by woodworm, and it's only a matter of time with these. It's rotten and loose-fitting. It's pretty chilly during the night. It's a miracle that Grandpa hasn't died of pneumonia.
Let's see. Get up, watch the sunrise, feed, spot, look for audience. Rehearse the human cannonball act. Wash Bruno. Clean up the trailer. The burping alphabet and bedtime. Yeah, what an exhausting day.
Where are you going?
I want to look around the forest.
Don't get lost.
Don't worry. What the...
I could have told you that. You and your sense of orientation.
I'll wash my hands later. I've got the feeling I'll get my hands dirty times today. That's Grandpa's shovel. He digs for roots and onions with it. Working in a compost heap, I think he stirs the soup.
Don't mess with like you. He's already done his work for today.
Our lunch is already simmering on the stove in Grandpa's trailer. You can tell by the smoking stovepipe and the birds falling down.
Yeah, let's try that again.
What the...
Like playing blind man's bluff without a blindfold.
Okay. I don't exactly have like a lot of things on my list to do here. Yeah, and why don't we stop it there? There's potential, of course, but as with any point-and-click game, you know, you play all these games with a walkthrough in your lap. Because the things that are obvious, probably when you're developing a game on what to do, are obvious to the rest of humankind. Anyway, this is audap, and you've been watching The Whispered World. This is the special edition. Made some improvements on the graphics and added some things like the developer's commentary, in case you want to see that. Anyway, we'll play through as time goes on. I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.